Good evening, friends. Good evening, friends. Hope you are all doing good. Previously, we had made a video on US recession. This was the video we just shared. In fact, I had also mentioned I'm not looking into any IT stocks for short term, long term, because there might be a kind of a cost cutting and recession in the IT sector. So we can expect huge volatility. Also, we had a video where we mentioned that US market seems to be heading weeks. US market are very weak, and are we heading towards a recession? This was the topic. Please go through this video once. You will have a fair idea of where we are heading to. We will have an idea of where the Indian market is, how the US market is. The US, the Ukraine-Russia issue is not closed yet. There were reports of Shanghai new variant getting attacked, and there were other doubts if Shanghai was really locked down due to COVID, or is this some kind of situation created to block the pharma, all the containers which are stationed at Shanghai, because they are the world's biggest container port. So there are about 47 million shipping containers per year. So that means 4 million of this would have been impacted across the world. So is this some kind of a strategy to bring US down? So I will share this in my I'm not really saying that this could be true, but then these are to be thought upon. Meanwhile, let us look at what happened in the last couple of days. The last expiry, we were mentioning that market may open gap up. This was expiry 5th of May. Market may open gap up. It may try to show that it is moving up. It headed up, and then it came down almost towards the low of the previous day, that is Wednesday. Friday we saw a gap down. If you see on Friday, it was completely flat. The FIs definitely had huge shorts. They made their profits. They just took a day off after that. This is the situation. If you see, it just moved maybe couple of points. Only a writer or a scalper can make money in this. If you look at Bank Nifty as well, the same situation. It hardly moved 34,750. Low was 34,370. So very tough market on Friday. If we look at the close, a daily candle, it has formed a doji, because this is a very strong support area. So the next level of support is 32,146. Let me draw this for you. So we will be only strong possibly once Bank Nifty moves above 36,700 or 800 above, or I would say that we would be slightly on a positive scale. Most of the times we always think that we have to buy a product cheap, but then we never understand the cheap can become cheaper. We tend to buy here, and when it goes much lower, which is almost 1,000 points down. So that's how it is. So for Monday, as per our views, if we look at the option chain data and other factors, we do not have a feeling that market can be volatile, except that the bank nifty can maybe hold its fort at 300 to 33,300 to 200 levels. But Nifty, we are pretty sure we might head down. So fasten your seat belts. Don't be heavy long is what we would suggest. Reliance result has been good, but as per the expectations. The next level of support is in Reliance is somewhere at 2,520. Let's see if they open a gap down and then hold this level and move up, or move towards much lower towards 2,400 levels. Couple of stocks, couple of indexes I would want to bring your attention to is FMCG has been holding pretty strong. So you can look at FMCG stocks, maybe short term and intraday. In fact, now it opened gap down, took a very good support here and moved up. So if we on Monday, if we sustain FMCG above 37,400, we may look to buy for a target of. So which are the stocks? Britannia, Industries, HUL. These are two prominent stocks which we can probably look at. Britannia, where alright, I'll open it here for you. Let's look at the Nifty 50 stocks. In fact, a couple of other stocks I would want you to look at. Britannia, and maybe you can look at ICICI Bank, Kotak. These have been holding pretty strong. If you look at Hindustan Unilever, it has given a good rally up. We may possibly look to buy this with a stop loss of 2,140. So which is also a good according to me a good trendline support. Or maybe we could wait for a breakout of 2173, retest 2160 and then move up. Let's also look at Britannia. Which is currently trading at 3,300 levels. So I would suggest to buy this maybe on an intraday above 3,000 3,300 with a stop loss of 3275. We can maybe look at a target of 3360 or 3480. Like this was a very strong buying level, 3178 levels. So one can possibly look to buy this at the retest. We can even look at Tata Consumer. Tata Consumer has I suggest we wait for Tata Consumer at 740 levels, or we may look at IOC, which is currently trading at 127. So we are just suggesting these stocks. We are not literally telling that they are strong, but then these seems to be holding the fort. So maybe on an intraday, if somebody wants to look at, you can trade this. Look at Kotak. Kotak has been actually been consolidating quite some time at these prices. And there has been good, I think the results were out, and estimate was 10. 3.3 revenue seems to have come down. Now the estimate was 64 billion, and the earnings has our estimate has gone almost 32% up. Estimated was around 10.36, reported was 13.74. So let's look at these stocks. Adani Port also is looking pretty good. Let's see if they hold fort about 790 levels, then one may look at adding this at good prices. One may even look at Coal India, Sun Pharma. Sun Pharma has been holding fort. SBI also has been, we had mentioned earlier, 480 is our strong buying zone, and it has been holding this for some time. So 460 to 470 is looking good for in SBI. For a long-term perspective, 550 to 580 levels. NTPC also is holding fort. Overall, NTPC in fact looks like a flag pattern. This is the post, and then it's not a very easy stock. It doesn't give a breakout that easily. However, I'm just bringing your attention to these stocks. Please have a look at this. Bajaj has been beaten up. Bajaj Finance has been beaten up badly. Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv. So please do share your views as well, or any feedbacks, any queries. We would definitely look into them and try and see what are our ideas here. So let it be more, this channel be more useful to viewers, and help us grow. Energy sector also seems to be doing good. Is If you see, there was a good pullback. So we can look at some energy stocks along with FMGG. Infra also seems to be holding fort. So let's see if infra sustains. Then we can look at some infrastructure stocks. Thank you for your likes. We will, as we mentioned, we would share this previous video on recession. And yes, are we looking to head towards a recession? Yes, there is. RBI had to take a certain stance on bringing the repo rate up. If the repo rate goes up, that means the spending power of corporates comes down. So investing at this point in time on huge quantities on any sector wouldn't be a wise decision. So be it stocks, be it on properties. Let's also look at gold. Gold has substantially moved up. So this is gold. If you see, was around has been holding 1,850. This is the spot gold, which is what we need to look at. So US oil, if it also is another thing which we need to look at. If this cools off, then our banks can do day well. But then if you see, it has been strongly been moving up for a couple of days. So it has a strong resistance at 116. Hopefully we see some kind of move down, if it can cool down, then we might see some rallies in our banks. Thank you, and have a safe weekend.